the match. Dhalsim. Alright, I love the costume. And we've got Ed, the trademark tracksuit that Joe likes to wear. Okay, he even said it himself. He's like, I like the tracksuit. It looks good on Ed, and I'll be honest, I agree. It does look pretty good on Ed.
Wow. Joe cementing a solid life lead for himself very early. Has DJ Pixel in the corner. And this is really where you don't want to be left off.
But JoeOtaku.
And as soon as I say that, Joe jumps over, crosses up, and takes the round. Wow, wow, wow. So the downside with Dhalsim, his defense is really good when he's keeping you out, but once you get in, his defense really starts to fall apart.
That was a bit nutty. Oh, it aired.
Stun racking up for DJ Pixel.
Yeah.
I believe Pixel's off.
I'm like getting flashbacks of fighting Dhalsim.
Oh my god, and Stun, and this is probably going to take it. Joe not going to drop his combo here and takes the first game.
Alright folks, this is Phage. I'm hopping in on the mic here. We were having some delay issues with Napakuma's mic, so he'll still be playing his set later, but I am going to be filling in for him on commentary. We may be swapping me out for Fatboy if we can get it, but back to the matches. That's game one going JoeOtaku's way on the back of some excellent pressure and a few key EX reversals.
Welcome, Phage. Yeah, absolutely. And again, I think, you know, JoeOtaku is a little bit more experienced. He's been playing in these weeklies for a little bit now. And I want to say, was Pixel's first weekly last week?
Yeah, Pixel just picked the game back up. They haven't touched it since, I want to say, Season 1 Chun-Li. Yeah. So Dhalsim, someone that they played, I want to say in 4. Or possibly they played him before in 5, I don't recall. But either way, I know that they've been chatting a bit with Fatboy about their approach to the character. I know he's in chat cheering them on, as we see an excellent slide underneath Ed's projectile, unfortunately hit by the EX upper and a follow-up jump-in. Although the combo off the jump-in not quite there, a few pokes coming out from DJ Pixel. Once again, those long-range normals.
Wow, yeah. Wow. Yeah, again, Dhalsim needs to keep you at a certain range in order to be effective, and we saw that at the very end there. One thing that I'd like to see change from DJ Pixel is that he's kind of jumping in, and you really typically don't want to do that with Dhalsim, because Dhalsim has a very, very floaty jump. You can see it here. And you can see, and this is one of the things that's really hard to learn about Dhalsim, because his movement is so weird and strange. Oh god, big corner combo coming out from JoeOtaku. Got him in the corner, gonna jump over him. Stun racking up for DJ Pixel. Oh, okay, he got him off a little bit with a V trigger. Got him in the corner, Ed is burning. Oh, and the random EX Psycho upper is going to take it. Joe, very notorious for doing that.
Yeah, although I will say he's been doing it less so far tonight than we've seen in the past. I know that's something he's been working on, more efficient use of his meter, and it's great to see it starting to come into practice here. As we hop into the third round of this game, DJ Pixel setting up that spacing that he's really looking for, though Joe does manage to close it with a jump in. No combo afterward, a quick flicker, and we're back to beating each other's blocks.
Yeah. And again, Dhalsim is such a weird character to learn because his movement is so strange. You have to get used to, wake up CA. Don't think it's going to work out. Oh, never mind. Dhalsim's wake up CA is a little bit slower than other characters' CAs. Uh-oh, getting chunked out. Joe can't take another hit like that.
Joe can't take another anything at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, on a sliver of health.
You could have canceled that into CA, Joe. Joe, you could have canceled that into CA. And we see the same round ender 2 rounds in a row as Joe takes it with another EX Psycho upper.
And what could be more on brand for Joe than stealing around with 2 EX Psycho uppers in a row? Truly an Ed player through and through.
Yeah. One thing I'd like to see from Pixel is, yeah, more of that shit. For sure. And also, oh god, you don't want to do that. See, look at what happens as soon as DJ Pixel jumps in and tries to be offensive. If you're not aware or familiar with how Dhalsim's offense works, you can't do it because it's so different. You need to be able to instant air yoga flame. You need to be able to maneuver Dhalsim's jump in conjunction with his teleport and his V skill, right? If you're not doing that, you just got to keep away as much as possible.
Yeah, Dhalsim,
which is Dhalsim's
really
one of Dhalsim's strong first place.
One of the characters that doesn't play Street Fighter, right? He plays Dhalsim. It's similar to some other characters in the cast. It's very strong in certain matchups. For instance, I would never want to play Zangief against anyone's Dhalsim. But against someone like Ed, who can get in and keep pressure on relatively safely, similar to what we saw in the first round, it can be difficult to deal with, as Joe does jab his way to another victory here while he's being roasted alive. Round 2, game number 3, Joe up 2 games in 1 round now. He does have a little bit less meter on the board than DJ Pixel, who is successfully zoning him out with a few long-range normals at the beginning of this round. Although Pixel now backed into the corner, jump in is good, Pixel slides out underneath, another jump in from Joe connects, but no combo after. Poke back afterward, quick flicker, low poke from Pixel is blocked. Here comes the critical art. Joe EX upper through it, but does get caught by the CA.
Trigger. Good. Going right under that fireball there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Joe with a good follow-up combo now, just a single solid hit or short combo away from taking this game. The Psycho Upper is jumped. Pixel manages to dive kick underneath the jumping Joe. Gets a counter hit on the dive kick, but an unsafe slide. And now
EX Yoga Flame after that, I believe. Oh, and once again, the EX is gonna take it from Joe, using it so effectively.
And real quick to clarify the situation with the Psycho Upper and the critical art, what happened there was the critical art was sent out. The Psycho Upper went through most of the critical art and got a hit, but lost invulnerability while the critical art gigantic fireball was still over Ed. So both characters got hit in that moment.
And Joe really likes to use EX in response to a wake up super, which is a good call in a lot of different matchups with different supers. But the problem with Dhalsim super is that it lasts so long that, again, those EX DPs are only invincible during their startup, so you will get hit. And one thing I'd really like to see from DJ Pixel is more anti-airs. Dhalsim's crouching medium punch, yeah, that one, and his back heavy punch is really good as an anti-air. But again, we see Joe just getting in kind of free. And we can see a tremendous life lead that he has as Joe takes that third round.
Yeah, Dhalsim, not necessarily the best character at getting out of pressure, and definitely at a disadvantage when he's cornered or even just at close range against an opponent with quick, hard-hitting normals like Ed. Pixel playing a bit closer and relying less on the zoning normals that have helped him more in the past. But again, I'm not a Dhalsim expert, so it could be that he's got some plan here that just isn't quite making it through. Either way, it is wonderful to have Fat Boy in our community as a mentor. I'm sure he'll be going over this match with DJ Pixel at some point and just help Pixel sort of lock things down a bit more for his future Dhalsim matches. As we are trading blows here mid-screen, Pixel scoots out, puts down the flame on the floor. Several of those normals are catching Joe. Significant amount of health lost by Joe just sitting there.
Yeah. And that's the great thing about Dhalsim's feature is that anytime you take any amount of poke while you're standing in there, you're going to take that much more from the gray life. And, and Joe's going to take it with a crouching jab. And Joe's gonna take his 4th match here, and I may not be a Dhalsim expert as I've never played the character myself, but I certainly am a playing against Dhalsim expert since I'm a Zangief main, and you need all the knowledge that you can in that atrocious matchup. And the general consensus is you just have to get in on them, and because again they're very good at keeping you out, but once you get in, they're basically done, right? They don't have any DPs, right? Their teleport is punishable if you react correctly. One thing that I'd like to see from DJ Pixel is, I don't know if he's aware, you can teleport on your way down. And a lot of Dhalsims use this really effectively to mix up their jump timings. Like after that, he could have teleported, I believe. Fat boy, you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I wish I could help you with that myself, but as previously stated,
Yeah,
definitely
no,
not a
weird.
Dhalsim expert. So lots of these characters going back and forth in normal.
Using a lot of backdashes, and again, he's just putting himself in the corner, right? Yeah. So again, what I'd really like to see is Dhalsim has a teleport where you can just go somewhere, right? You can just go to the other side of someone. If you're backing yourself up into a corner, you can go, oh, I'm going to teleport out of that. And if you don't react in time, it's not punishable, right? And use of teleport is really what separates like the new Dhalsim mains from the more experienced Dhalsim mains. Because again, in order to use him optimally, you do have to be aware of kind of his weird quirks. CA's gonna cut out. That should catch him because he's in the air. It's gonna do a decent chunk of damage, but Dhalsim's super not among the most damaging in the game.
And there's the classic hodgepodge anti-air slide, setting out the fire, trying to keep Ed cornered in it. But Joe out here, and Pixel living on a Pixel. Does manage to block the V-trigger activation coming out from Ed. EX upper.
That's punishable.
Yeah, and that dive kick sealing Pixel's fate. As Joe will take the match 5-0.
Those drills, if you do them too high, they're actually punishable on block. And so part of being a good Dhalsim is you've got to kind of aim at people's feet with that drill. Yeah, one thing I'd like to see from Joe, I know that Joe's more the more experienced player, so of course he's going to have the edge in these types of matches. But one thing I would like to see from Joe is a little bit more optimization in his combos. A lot of what higher level play involves is you're in the middle of a hit confirm and you're like, okay, my opponent has this much life, this has much stun, these are my resources. How do I optimize my damage here, right? For example, in that last round, after he landed the EX kind of, I don't know, kick move, I don't know what it's called, but you can get an EX Psycho Upper after that, and it would have killed there, right? Instead, he did normal Psycho Upper because that's what he defaults to, but it didn't